Hi everybody, Mamselle Camille here. If this is your first time on my channel, thank you for stopping by. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I just filmed an unboxing video of the Rose Bay Tarot, and it's so lush. It's so Venus meets the Six of Cups. It's so beautiful. And today is November 19th, 2024. And so today is the first day. Today is the first day that Pluto is in Aquarius, which means Pluto is no longer in Capricorn, because Pluto has been in Capricorn for the past 15, 16 years. And Pluto in Capricorn, as a cardinal sign, it has been kicking Capricorn's ass. Not only Capricorn, but the rest of the cardinal signs, which are Capricorn, Libra, Cancer, and Aries. So it's been kicking everybody's butt, but those four signs have had it the worst. Capricorn, the worst of all. I am a Capricorn. I am a Capricorn with an Aries moon. It's been rough, folks. It has been unfathomably rough. And so I'm not an astrologer by any shape, form, or fashion. I know some incredibly talented and gifted astrologers that I could refer you to. That is not me. But I just felt called to pull a card right now this evening for Capricorns. Specifically, as we are in this first day of Pluto going into Aquarius. And it's so interesting because I find, like, with, phases of the moon, or with a shift of whatever cycle or season or whatever, it's not really usually like a hard and fast line of, and now we are in this, and now we are in that, and now its energy kind of bleeds and almost like has a backflow sometimes, and ebbs and weaves and ebbs and flows until it's in whatever the next category or allotment or specific space. I tell you what, boom, this Capricorn shift from Pluto in Capricorn to Pluto in Aquarius, I have noticed such a difference in such a very short period of time that is so positive and uplifting and inspiring. And so if you're a Capricorn and you've noticed this already, comment below. I've definitely noticed the shift. So the Rose Bay Tarot is such a beautiful and lovely tarot, and it's such a powerful but gentle energy. And again, I'm no astrologer, but I just want to pull a card. And if you are a Capricorn and this resonates, sorry guys, it's the end of a long day. A great day, but a long one. So I just wanted to pull a card for us Capricorns. What do we need to know? What is my intention? What do we need to know in this very initial time as we are entering into Aquarius? What information is beneficial for Capricorns? What do we need to be aware of? And how can we use that in our favor? The Eight of Swords. This is such a unique, but I think very appropriate, beautiful imagery that she has for the Eight of Swords. We're probably still feeling very raw, very exposed, very vulnerable, because 15 years of being dragged face first through hell, the hot part, has had its an effect on us. But what power and confidence have we been able to acquire from such an arduous time, and where the vulnerability might have made us stronger? What have we learned? Oh, my Capricorn people, what have we learned about overthinking? I turn into a Baptist minister over here. Hello. What have we learned about getting our brain twisted in a knot and having toxic, poisonous thoughts that we really think they're going to help? We really think they're going to be beneficial, but end up being just nothing but infusing more poison into our own minds, into our own psyche, and getting so overwhelmed and tripped up and suffocated mentally because we can't see a way out. Even if there's something that could be fruitful that we have in our own hands at that time, but we're always trying to overthink and overmanage and trying to figure out, well, if I can figure out all the problems all at one time and think of everything, then I can find all the solutions at one time. Where have we learned over the past 15 or 16 years that that's not really been probably very beneficial for us? And so how can we, the Eight of Swords for me, I was just with my good friend Stacey Williams up in Memphis this weekend, and we had this whole conversation on the Eight of Swords, and I really wish I could remember how she presents, how she perceives the meaning of the Eight of Swords, because it's actually very different to the way that I read the Eight of Swords. For me, the Eight of Swords is everything that I'm saying. It's also this energy of, well, I can't do this until that happens, but I can't do that until this happens. So I don't know what to do, and I need to do everything, and da, 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 da. And it's interesting with the imagery, as opposed to the woman who's bound and in a mental prison. And many readers do see that mental prison as a prison of the mind that's not true, like making it worse in your own head than it actually is. While I will not argue that, definitely tracks as showing up for me in readings for myself and for other people, but not all the time. And I find a lot of readers just see it in that narrow way. For me, and maybe this is because I'm a Capricorn, it's that energy of, but that is what's happening, and maybe is not always. When I say that is what's happening, whatever stressful things that we're experiencing, that we're contemplating. And so it's not always that it's worse on the inside of our own crazy brains than what is actually happening. And so many roadblocks, and where we're trying to mentally figure things out. So I think it is a little bit of that energy of maybe it is worse in our own minds. And if so, how can we step back and not be so caught up in just the thinking? And where can we direct our attention to, but what is the first step? For me, this is like wiggle your big toe, I was saying to Stacey from Pulp Fiction. She had so many things, not Pulp Fiction, Kill Bill, where Uma Thurman's character was in the coma, and she had just awakened from the coma, but she was still paralyzed. And she had a lot of important shit to do. But before she could do all the things and get to Japan and track him down, and she had to wiggle her big toe. So what is the first thing that we need to do? And I think that, bringing it back to the context of the question, for us Capricorns, where have we learned that the overthinking has just kept us stagnant and stuck and trapped, and possibly made the situation worse in our own heads than it actually is in reality. But what is the first thing that's maybe right there, but our own restrictive way of thinking, our own restricted vision, our own toxic thought process that can have us twisted in a knot, to realize, oh my God, I have what I need right here. So I think reflecting back on this is where is a good place for us to start. I know I keep telling you guys I'm getting a microphone. I do have one. I'm really upset because I can't find it. So Rose Bay has 4 cards that are, I guess, virtues. So what virtue will be most beneficial for us as Capricorns right now? Hope. Hope. How can hope be a fortress for us? How can hope sustain us? What ritualistic things can we do that keep us feeling a sense of hope? How can we be more gentle and loving and nurturing and compassionate with ourselves as we have been through so much, and giving ourselves that ability to heal and to allow hope, to believe that a helping hand from the universe is now coming in with this Pluto, this Aquarian energy, which is really interesting because Aquarius is ruled by the Star card, which is so much about hope. So how can we navigate forward, but also give ourselves love and compassion as a clean slate, as we are just emerging and blossoming into a whole new era and a whole new time. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that feels good, and I hope that resonates for my fellow Capricorn peeps. 2 horns up, folks. And again, I'm not a professional astrologer, but I am a professional Capricorn, and it has been quite a time for the past 16 or 17 years. And so I hope that this time that is changing for all of us, but especially my Capricorn brethren and sisters, that this reading resonates and gives you some kind of guidance and some empowerment. So until the next video, blessings.